What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. Thank you very much. Not so beautiful, though. It's very cold today. Very cold. I see how I'm dressed like a ninja. You think I'm a ninja. It's extremely cold today. Thank you very much again for choosing us. Very much appreciated. Thank you for making this home. Okay, this is your first time. My name is Zack. I'm sure we're going to love each other. If you enjoy it, please subscribe so we can see each other very much often. And also, let's start by doing this. Okay, I don't ask you to do this for nothing. Okay, it helps us push the video further. Please, let's do this. It's done. Great. Okay, so today we are in Kenya. Not in Kenya, really. We have the president of Kenya, William Ruto, that made a speech that's very, very interesting. He says visas to visit Kenya are to be scrapped for other African nationals from next year as a part of a movement toward opening up the trade and travel within the African continent. Congratulations. Yay! So visas to Kenya for African nationals are to be scrapped from the end of this year. By the end of this year, no African will be required to have a visa to come to Kenya, Kenya's President William Ruto said at the climate change conference in Congo-Brazzaville. Costly and time-consuming visa requirements as well as high fares have long created barriers to inter-African travel for African passport holders. 32 out of 54 countries in Africa still require national or half of more countries need visas to go to different countries in Africa. I think this is great. I salute the plea. I think it's a very good thing. I mean, Africa used to be just one big land. Okay, let's be honest. It used to be one big land. There was no such thing as Cameroon as you know today. No, it never existed. Before 1885 is when in Berlin, Germany, Europeans came together discussing about, hey, listen, we all know about Africa, right? We all want to go to Africa. So let's not go and fight in Africa over land. Let's just split it fairly, okay, for the people that are interested to go to Africa. Yes, that's what happened. Then they took up a map and they started joining countries. Just like that. Boom. This is Namibia. Boom. This is Kenya. Boom. From now, this is Rwanda. Boom. This is Burundi. Boom. Uganda. Not following up with historical facts. You know, like tribes and clans and families, people were separated all of a sudden. 1885. Oh, just imagine you have your cousins and all of a sudden the British come and cut you. This is Uganda. You, from now on, you are Ugandan. This territory belongs to the Belgians. Your cousins are in Uganda. You are in the Congo. You are not from this nationality. Yeah, that's how it was. You know, now we never used to need passports to travel to the neighboring country. We could just move across. Africans used to move across, go to the next land, go see other people. Yes, there used to be tribes, okay? Then they created countries. They imposed countries onto Africa. Then they say we need papers, okay, to identify ourselves as countrymen. You used to need nothing to go see your friend from Kenya, you being from Uganda. All of a sudden, now you need a piece of paper to go there. You need a passport. Oh, now you need a visa. You need approval. Never used to be that way. In the meantime, in Europe, they don't need borders. They don't have borders. They have no borders. An Italian can go to France anytime, any day. He can work there. No problem. No need for a visa or anything. No need for passport. Okay, a Greek person can go anywhere he wants. But you need a visa to go to Tunisia. You need a visa to go to Brazzaville. You need a visa to go to Kinshasa. Why? Let's watch again President Ruto here speaking a little bit about the situation.
That it is time we in this continent realize that having visa restrictions amongst ourselves is working against us. When people cannot travel, business people cannot travel, entrepreneurs cannot travel, we all become net losers. I am very happy that we are now moving in the direction of eliminating visas amongst ourselves. Let me say this. As Kenya, by the end of this year, no African will be required to have a visa to come to Kenya.
Congratulations. By the end of this year, no African will need a visa to go to Kenya. Kenya is a beautiful country. So much to offer. So much to offer. So much to offer. Great people, party people, happy people. They love life. It's a beautiful place to see. Great, animal reserves, lions and elephants and stuff like that. Like beautiful. I know maybe you've seen lions before, okay? Maybe you've seen elephants before. It's never the same experience. What you're going to see in South Africa, it's not what you're going to see in Kenya or in Tanzania. It's very different experiences. And I think it's just great. I think it's beautiful. Leave your hometown, leave your home city. Go to a next place to understand how other people live and tradition. Go see other African nations, other African countries. Go travel, have an open mind. See what's happening out there so you can enrich your life. I'm pleased by this. Let's go.
And I am very proud that the intra-trade within the East African community is already at 27% because we have taken the deliberate decision to remove unnecessary tariffs and visa regulations. I am also very happy that my father here, President Sassou Nguesso, when he came...
You see the respect. My father here, President Sassou Nguesso. Sassou Nguesso has been in power for a long time. Good man though. Respect. That's the African respect. He doesn't say my colleague Sassou Nguesso. Sassou Nguesso is the president of Congo Brazzaville. He doesn't say my colleague Sassou Nguesso. This is an African culture. Respect to the elders. He said my father here, Sassou Nguesso. You know what I mean? That's just out of context. Okay, let's go.
We agreed that there will be no visa requirement between the between Kenya and the Democratic Republic of Congo Brazzaville. I am also happy that last month, when we removed visa requirements for DRC, my brother, President Felix Tshisekedi, also removed visa requirements for Kenyans to DRC.
Okay, so his brother, the president of Congo DRC, there are two Congos, okay, so you can understand. The previous one was Congo Brazzaville. And there's another one called Congo Kinshasa, Congo DRC. Two different Congos, okay? So he said, the previous one, he said, my father here out of respect, okay? Because obviously they're not same generation. And the next one, he said, my brother here because they are same generation. Also remove restrictions. So Kenyans can travel to both Congos with no issue. And Congo Kinshasa or Congo DRC has also removed visa restriction for Kenyans. I think that's beautiful. Bringing people together. Okay, let's go.
Let me urge us that we need greater collaboration. Our children from this continent should not be locked in borders in Europe and also be locked in borders in Africa.
That is beautiful. President Ruto at the forefront as fighting against visa restriction for African nationals. I think it's beautiful. I love it. I want to know how you feel about this. Do we need visas in Africa to travel from one country to the other? Is it necessary? Okay, let's get to the first point. The first point is Africa needs to build infrastructure. Okay, we need to see each other. We need to talk to one another. It is very important that we do that. That's the only way you can grow Africa as a whole, as a continent. Trust me, your country can never really progress by itself, facing Asia and the Western countries. It's not possible. Not with your GDP, not with your capacity and economical power. It's not possible. Europe trade as a European Union. There are numerous countries coming together as a European Union. It's not one country at a time. That's why they are powerful. The United States is 50-something countries, okay? It's not for nothing. That's why they are the United States of America and powerful. Now imagine having a country or at least a federation as Africa. People coming together, obviously respecting each other's border, but coming together in terms of economy, coming together in terms of army. Who's going to play with us? Who can stop us? We have everything. Gold, diamond, lithium for the creation of electrical cars and cell phones and everything technology growing. We have everything on our land. Now imagine what the GDP of a continent such as Africa could be facing the rest of the world. Amazing. I think Africans need to come together. But it's not an easy task, okay? Because obviously we must say it, some country people go to other countries and start doing crime. No, we cannot ignore that fact. It's beautiful to say Africans must come together. Yes, that's great. But I think there should be a measure of analyzing who we're letting in, what type of people we bring in our society. Because you may find some people bringing things that never existed in the past in your society, things that are negative. As much as you can see people bringing positive things, you can also find yourself on the other end where people bring negative things, illegal trading, illegal activities, guns. And I don't think every time people say no to these things, they are necessarily bad people. Should Africans move freely to any other African countries? Yes. I think Africans should be granted an opportunity to go to various African countries. I would say maybe give Africa 90 days. Okay, 90 days to move freely. After 90 days, they should go back to their country. Yes, after 90 days, if you don't go back, they should take you back to your country. I think it's good. Why? It's fair enough. I think it's very fair. But also, I think certain countries should not get the same favor. I'm sorry. I don't create the rules, but I know for sure that in South Africa, you have over 1 million Zimbabweans who are not all of them are illegal, but you have 1 million Zimbabweans living in South Africa. I don't blame them I know many of them have gone to South Africa because of illegal sanctions that were imposed onto Mugabe. They have found themselves in a very difficult situation, being forced to go to another country to go find a better life. But surprisingly, they all choose South Africa for most of the cases over other neighboring countries. So saying opening the border right now as things are, I suspect it's not going to be very pretty, because if now there are restrictions, you're getting a lot of Zimbabweans coming to South Africa and are not lacked very much into South Africa by South Africans, I think we're going to have a problem. The problem is some of these people do crime. I'm just being honest. Yes, some Zimbabweans, not all of them, some of them are into illegal things, illegal trading, illegal activities, guns, illegal guns. Yes, some of them do these things. Okay, so do Zimbabwe get to come to South Africa, open visa? I don't think so. I think if Zimbabweans have to come to South Africa, they should be granted maybe a 2 weeks visa just to visit. After 2 weeks, you go back to Zimbabwe. Same for Nigerians. Yeah. Except for Nigerians. I'm sorry, I'm Nigerian, because Nigeria doesn't have a beautiful reputation across the world. And this is not me creating. You know this. That's why in many places Nigerians are not allowed to go anymore. And I'm not saying all Nigerians are bad. No, they're not. The majorities of Nigerians are actually good people. The minority is bad. But the minority is big because Nigeria is a big country with a lot of people. So the minority of Nigerians who are involved into drug dealing, human trafficking, paper changing, I don't know, all that illegal stuff, unfortunately, are very emphatic, very boastful in what they do. And some of the countries in Africa don't like it.
Even in Nairobi here, when you go to Kilimani here, we always see Nigerians opening, wanafungua bunduki, wanataka kupigana na the Kenyans. Those kind of things we have to make sure that they stop. If you go to Donholm, they are doing very crazy things with our ladies. And those are the things that in fact, even this week on Sunday, the police arrested 3 people. Some of them were Nigerians with fake money. M-Pesa, they are hacking into our M-Pesa. They are having fake money, illegal trade that are done by these guys.
So is this unfair against Nigerians? I don't know. These are for Nigerians to say. We've seen in Ghana deporting Nigerians back to Nigeria. I know it's very easy to say, well, this is stereotypical. But look, something can only be stereotypical if the majority is true. Yeah. Stereotypical doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Stereotypical just means you cannot say everybody. The majority of people still do that. Okay, so what do Nigerians get? In my opinion, Nigerians get 1 week free visa. 1 week free visa to Africa. After that, you go back to Nigeria. But for the rest of Africa, I firmly believe Africans who have no issues in other different countries should be granted an opportunity to go and see and experience. Thank you very much, fellas. It's always a great pleasure. Let me know how you feel about this. Am I being too harsh against Nigerians and Zimbabwe? I don't think so. I think you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I think if you've traveled and fair enough, you know exactly what this is. I think we need to fix ourselves. You can't go to Europe, mess up the white man's house, destroy the walls, put food on the kitchen, then be upset when Europeans don't want to rent houses to Africans anymore. You know what I'm saying? You can't do if some of your people do that over and over and over and over. If you make noise at midnight over in a neighborhood that's always been calm, why are you so surprised when they don't give you lease anymore? You say they're racist. No, they're not racist. The behavior of your people have shown consistently that you move in a certain direction. That's why people don't watch you. Thank you very much for loving us. Before you go, drop your comment so we can learn from each other. God bless.